ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
Assalamu alaikum. In this lesson, we will be covering the rules of Lam Sakina. Our learning objectives are to understand the effect of the definite article in a word, to understand the Lam of Amr, to understand the Lam of Harf, to understand the Lam of Fi'l, and to understand the Lam of Ism. There are 5 types of unvoweled lams. These are Lam al-Ta'rif, Lam al-Amr, Lam al-Fi'l, Lam al-Harf, and Lam al-Ism. We will look at each one in more detail. Lam al-Ta'rif, it means the definite article. Having al at the beginning of a noun to make it definite, it consists of a hamzatul wasl and a lam with a sakina. So for example, we have the word here, kitabun, a book. When we attach the word al, the definite article, it makes it more specific and it becomes the book. There are 2 rulings in regarding reading this definite article al. Idhar is when the lam is read clearly and it consists of using the qamari letters, which are the moon letters. Idgham is when the lam is merged and it consists of using the shamsi letters, which are the sun letters. Lam is merged when it's followed by any of the following 14 letters known as the shamsi letters, the sun letters. These are Shin, Ta, Ta, Dal, Ra, Noon, Lam, Dad, Dhal, Dha, Tha, Sin, Sod, and Za. If we have a look at this chart and look at some of the examples, we have the word here, as-sakinata, for the letter Sin. And as you can see, it is preceded by the word al. So we would read it as as-sakinata. We would put a fatha on the hamzatul wasl and we would drop the lam and join that hamzatul wasl straight to the letter Sin, which has a shadda. As-sakinata. If we have another word preceding it and we didn't want to start from the word as-sakinata, then we would drop the hamzatul wasl and the lam and we would use the last letter and the haraka of the previous word to join with the word. So it would be read as anzala as-sakinata. We have dropped both the hamzatul wasl and the letter lam. Lam is read clearly when it is followed by any of the following 14 letters known as the qamari letters, the moon letters. These letters are Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha, Qaf, Kaf, Jim, Ya, Fa, Waw, Mim, and Ba. An easy way to remember for some people is the acronym Ibghi Hajjaka wa Khafa Aqimahu. It contains all the 14 letters. Ibghi Hajjaka wa Khafa Aqimahu. So if we look at these charts here and we look at the example of the word al-kitabu. So we've used the word kaf here. So we can see that the hamzatul wasl will again be read with a fatha if we're starting, and the lam is read clearly here. Al-kitab. So the lam is included in the word. However, if we are using a word preceding the word al-kitabu, then again we will drop the hamzatul wasl, but this time the lam would be recited. So we drop the hamzatul wasl but not the lam. So we join the last letter with the haraka of the previous word to the lam. So it would be read ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ. The next we will be looking at the lam al-amr, which is the lam of command. It is an additional non-voweled lam that is joined to the structure of the present tense verb, and it is preceded by either fa, waw, or thumma. So for example, if we look at the letter fa, فَلْيَنْظُرْ. You can see the lam of amr, the lam of command there, which is preceded by the word fa. The next example with the waw is وَلْيَكْتُبْ. So again, you can see the lam of amr, the lam of command, which is preceded by the word wa. The next example is the word thumma. You can see the lam of command, which is preceded by the word thumma. Thumma liyaqadu. The next we will be looking at the lam al-fi'l, which is the lam of verb. This is an original lam that is a fixed part to a verb, and it can be read in two ways. We can read it with idhar, where the lam is going to be read clearly when it is followed by any letter except for the letter lam or the letter ra. So for the verb qul, we can see that the lam is fixed to it. It is not followed by the letter ra or lam. So we are going to read the lam clearly. قُلْ أَعُوذُ. Another example is the word جَعَلَ. So here you can see that the lam is fixed to the word جَعَل, and we will read the lam clearly. جَعَلْنَاهُ. Another way is reading it with idgham, which basically means where the lam comes at the end of a verb followed by either the letter lam or ra. So again, we will look at two examples. We have the word here qul, which is the fixed part. The lam is a fixed part to the verb, but it's followed by the letter lam. So we will be merging both the lams together. So it's going to be read as قُلْ لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ. قُلْ لَا. The two lams are merged together. Another example is when the last letter is the letter lam, but is followed by the letter ra. So again, we are going to merge it together, and we will disregard the lam and we will say فَقُرْ رَبُّكُمْ. So we take off the lam and we merge it with the letter ra. Another lam, unvoweled lam, that we will look at is the lam al-harf, which is a lam of a particle. It's a non-voweled lam that appears amongst the two particles hal and bal. An example, or again we can read it in two ways, idgham and idhar. So an example of idgham is bar rabbukum, where we have again disregarded the letter lam and joined the ba with the letter ra. So bar rabbukum. And with the word hal, because it is the lam is the last letter of hal, and the beginning of the next letter is lam, we will merge it together, hallaka. To read it clearly is when it's not followed by the letter lam or ra. So we have the two examples here. The first one is bal nahnu. The lam sakina is going to be read clearly because it's followed by the letter noon. So both are read clearly, bal nahnu. And the other example is hal ataka, where lam is the last letter of this particle hal, and it's not followed by the letter ra or lam. So we will read the lam clearly. Hal ataka. The next we will be looking at is the lam al-ism, which is the lam of noun. This is an original lam that is part of the composition of a noun, and it appears in the middle of a word. The lam is always recited clearly. So you can see from here the word bisultanin. The lam is read clearly. The lam is part of the structure of this noun. Another example is alfafan. Again, the lam is read clearly, and the lam is part of the structure of this particular noun. So what have we learned in this lesson? We understand the effect of the definite article in a word. We understand the lam of amr. We understand the lam of harf. We understand the lam of fi'l. And we understand the lam of ism. Hope you have benefited from this lesson. Keep seeking knowledge. Ma'as salama.